appropriately situated and comfortable. We've got a lovely sleeping boy right there. Fret not. If you hear snoring in the background, that's all that is. Just a sleeping little man. A sleeping little man. So hopefully, okay, we're trying a new setup today. Because I don't want one of my roommates has been binge watching Avatar, and I would like to let him do that because that is an excellent choice. Highly support that. Also, I don't know what it is, but this howlite is screaming. So I'm just gonna... I'm sorry if you're really sensitive and you can feel this, but that probably means it's for you. I'm gonna set it here. No, that does not. This needs to be over here. Is that better? Yeah. It's not quite right, but I think that might be it. We'll put it there for now. I may end up needing to move it, but that howlite was screaming. Oh shoot, my water is out of reach currently. And I talk a lot. Oh shoot. But yes, we are trying a new setup here. I've got a bunch of crystals, both to filter energies out and to, you know, all of that jazz. As usual, you just can actually see all of them, which is fantastic, except for the couple that I've got, like, on my person. For my own purposes. And, if you don't have water, and if you haven't eaten today, please go do that. I won't be mad. Please go do that. So make sure you hydrate and feed yourself, even if it's just a little bit. But we are going to jump in. I do have a pendulum here, because it has been behaving better. So if I have a yes or no question I want to double check on, I can do that. I do have my fancy little bell. I have incense burning over there, and some other stuff burning like that. That's making it smell nice in here. But I don't have anything over here because I'm on the bed and I don't want to bring the cookie sheet that I have as a more fire safe surface over onto the bed because I've got this lovely setup and we have a cat right there who might potentially set himself on fire, which I don't want to do. You know, protect your animals. So I do have some incense burning, but I'm going to be using the bell primarily for cleansing rather than using one of my cedar or sage bundles instead. So, let me just select a few decks here. So our question today is, what are you bottling up? Perhaps you're the kind of person like me sometimes, who can just kind of bottle your emotions up, or bottle some trauma up, or just bottle some various, things up that you probably shouldn't be bottling up. And you're kind of ignoring them potentially. So we're going to have a few stacks here for you to choose from. We'll be doing live shuffling as usual, because I'm a big fan of that. And you'll hopefully figure out what you've been bottling up and what you need to perhaps pay attention to and focus on letting yourself feel and all of that jazz. So, I'm going to have to remember to use this. This is an oracle deck that I have and it's being noisy. So I'm going to set this over here so I can better remember to use it today. Who else? Okay, we're going to go with our lovely Tattoo Tarot. I love this deck. I use it primarily for personal stuff, but he's been being kind of noisy lately in a desire to join the party for other people, which has been very interesting to see. So we've got our lovely Tattoo Tarot. I'm just going to set the guidebook aside. I do refer to the guidebooks as I'm reading, partly because I have so many tarot decks and all of the meanings are a little bit different and it's hard to just remember. And partly because there's absolutely no shame in needing to double check the book and not wanting to miss something. So, got our Tattoo Tarot. Let's see, what else do we have? Yeah, an oldie but a goodie. We'll go with our Wild Unknown as well. I love this deck. This is a great deck to have if you're new to tarot. It has very different imagery and meanings than most standard tarot decks do, and I think that's a very good thing. So if you're looking for a deck, I do love the Wild Unknown. I think it's very intuitive and very good for beginners because the imagery is rather clear. Though do keep in mind if you do have this deck, the meanings are kind of different. And a third deck. Let's see, we could go with my Mary Hansen. We could go with my Tarot of the Cloisters. I don't want to do 4 stacks, y'all. You're gonna have to choose. We'll go with the Tarot of the Cloisters. This deck has been misbehaving lately. It got some, I don't know what happened to it, but it got some nasty stuff attached to it fairly recently. So I had to do a deep cleansing of it. So hopefully you behave. I haven't read with this one since I did the deep cleansing. Let me just do a check-in with it real quick. So I don't want to end up using a deck that's going to be mean and nasty. Okay. How are you feeling about doing this reading? How are you feeling about doing this reading? Okay. Do you want to? Okay. All right. It wants to do it. And it is a circle-shaped deck, which I absolutely adore. So we have, oh, and yes, it is a bootleg. That was unintentional. I didn't know it was a bootleg when I bought it, and I'm kind of salty about it. I paid $50 for this deck, and it came 3 months later than it was supposed to, and also is a bootleg. So I'm kind of mad about that. But we have our 3 stacks here. So the question is, what are you bottling up? So I'm going to ring a little bell, so if bell noises bother you, do plug your ears here for a second. Ready? Plug your ears if you don't like bell noises. Okay, you're good. If you don't like bell noises, you can, you're good to go. And I just want you to take a couple of good, solid, belly deep breaths, in through your nose, out through your mouth. Really get it into your belly. And focus on pushing any negative energy out, anything that's holding you back, all right? We're going to focus on really letting these messages get to us today. Meet us where we're at and really help us focus. And, especially because this is something that we're bottling up, so our energies might be a little bit extra stubborn today. So really just give yourself a chance. Give yourself a chance, okay? I'm going to give you a few seconds a couple of moments to breathe. Focus on the question. What are you bottling up? And let's figure out which one is for you. So are you feeling the Tattoo Tarot? Are you feeling the Wild Unknown or the Tarot of the Cloisters? There's no wrong answer, and you're welcome to pick more than one stack if you'd like to. It's totally okay if you want to pick more than one stack. Sometimes the entire message of multiple stacks are for you. Sometimes it's just a few things. Regardless of what it is, it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing at all. Sorry, I'm just getting something pulled up on my laptop real quick. I have ADHD and I can't focus. So I'm just trying to get something pulled up on my laptop so that I can think about it later and let it not be in my head right now. Not interfere with the reading. All right. We'll find out. Yeah, so this is the Tarot of the Cloisters, Simple Milkshake. And also, great username choice. Simple Milkshake. Does your milkshake bring all the boys to the yard? Welcome, Stokesy889. Welcome, welcome. Okay, so let's just set that up. Albert, will you guard the laptop for me? Do you want to see the little boy? There's a little boy. His name is Albert. We love him. All right, so I'm just going to go from, let's see, this is my left. Oh, it looks like it's on the right to you guys. Oh, I forgot to, I'm so sorry. I forgot to check with my settings and figure out whether this was how to unmirror it. So all of the cards are going to be backwards to you. The boy! Yes, the boy. Wow, we have 5 people here right now. Welcome, welcome everyone. It's so good to see you all. Mothsona, good to see you again. How many stone... That's inappropriate. And you can fuck off. Okay. So, I'm going to go left to right. And we're going to start with our tattoo tarot. So, give yourself a second to pick. Question today is, what are you bottling up? You're so valid, Mothsona. Okay, I'm gonna set these other decks aside. You can go there, little friend. And you can go there, little friend. Okay. Yeah, give me just a second here. Gonna be blocking a couple of people because they can't figure out how to be appropriate in the chat. Okay? Gonna get some blockage going on. Yeah, you shouldn't have had bum talk to begin with, bucko. Okay? Yeah, I'm reading tarot. That's the whole thing. So I'm doing it kind of in a way to help you learn more about yourself. So, yeah, you did get timeout. Oh, boo-hoo. Go ahead, treat it like a fucking joke. I don't care. Bye. And let's see, who was it that was encouraging them? Darful Chorfy. Yeah, you're getting a... Bye-bye. Bye-bye. We don't tolerate that. Hi, I have absolutely no fear of blocking y'all. None. Okay? I will not hesitate, bitch. Okay. Okay, now let's get started. I'm just gonna ring this bell again just to make sure that no negative energy from that shit lingers, because we don't need that. So, ready? Yep, get out. Alright, so what are you bottling up? We're starting with the Tattoo Tarot. The other 2 options were the Wild Unknown and the Tarot of the Cloisters, and we'll come back to those once I'm finished with this one. Alright. Let's go. Okay, what are you bottling up? We got 1 card already. Ooh, the Knight of Cups. That might be very broadly your emotions in general, buckaroo. Okay. Ooh, we got 2 options here. I'm going to go with this bottom card. The 9 of Wands. And no, I'm not taking reversals unless they really scream at me. Otherwise, everything ends up reversed. 9 of Wands, okay. You might be focusing way too much on work and your passions and not allowing yourself to really feel your emotions and things like that in the process of. You might be focusing too much on work. Yeah, we got the Knave of Cups here too. Yeah. You're bottling up your creativity, your passions, your emotions, Everything kind of water-based. It's trapped right here in this Nine of Wands energy. There's just, you're ignoring all of this potential. You feel like you're really successful with work and with your passions and the work that you're doing, but you're also taking on too much in a way. But because you're focusing so hard on this Nine of Wands energy here, you're ignoring your Knight of Cups and your Knave of Cups. You're ignoring your creativity. You're ignoring your curiosity. You're not indulging in that aspect of yourself that can really just feel things and let yourself feel things. I'm a Cancer, okay? Like, I get it. I got you. I understand. Emotions can be very scary. I'm a Cancer Mars, okay? Like, I get it. I get it. Emotions can be a lot. But, like, here's the thing, y'all. If you don't let yourself feel your emotions, ultimately they're just gonna come back to bite you in the little butt. So let's ask here, why are you bottling this up, okay? Why are you bottling up your emotions here, you know? Why aren't you letting yourself kind of go with the ebb and flow and the cycles? Emotions come and go. Why aren't you letting yourself feel them? What's going on here? What is, no. If that, I'm not going to pay attention. Okay, no. No. Why are you bottling up your emotions? Give me 1 second here. Okay, there we go. There you go, Albert. You can guard that. Thank you, sir. Okay. Okay, so this question, it keeps trying to throw me a lot. Okay? I just want, there we go. Ace of Swords. Okay, you feel like you are letting your emotions bottle, you feel like you're really letting them control your logical decisions. You feel like your emotions are impacting your clarity and your ability to make decisions. First of all, that's not how that works. I mean, like, it can be. But here's the thing. Again, I'm very, very, my chart is just full of water and fire. I have so many emotions all of the time. Okay, the best thing to do if you're worried about this kind of stuff, okay, is you say, okay, let's sit here and let's separate emotion from fact and let's figure out what's going on. I'm allowed to feel things and I'm allowed to have opinions about what this decision is, but let's sit here and let's figure it out, okay? And rather than just discarding your emotions altogether, let's instead figure out what's going on and look at it and look at what is coming from emotion and what's coming from fact. And here's the thing too, okay? When you're making certain decisions are absolutely allowed to be influenced by emotions, right? If you're trying to figure out whether you should keep a friend or not, you know what? Like, it doesn't matter if, like, logically they haven't done anything wrong. If they make you feel bad, if they make you feel bad emotions, that's a well enough reason to get rid of someone, right? So you got to think about that too. Sometimes emotions can inform fact, okay? And if this is also representing intuition, okay? If this is also representing intuition, then like, maybe you don't have any logic to back it up, okay? Maybe you don't have any facts to back up what you're feeling. But, like, that's not a bad thing necessarily. Sometimes your intuition knows what's up. Okay? Regardless of how you feel about it, sometimes your intuition knows what's up. So you're bottling up your emotions here. And you're bottling them up because you think that they're impacting your logic and your ability for clarity and your ability to make clear decisions. And it feels to me like that is coming from a place of someone at some point in time fairly recently told you that you are too emotional, that you have too many emotions, and that you need to focus on Eight of Pentacles. You need to focus more on work and on putting your head down and doing your work. This person was someone who was in a position of authority over you. We pulled the Emperor here. And someone who you respect and you admire and you look up to. And they were like, hey, your emotions are really influencing the way you work. And you know what? Guess what? That's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing for your emotions to affect how you work. Maybe don't explode at work. Maybe don't yell at work. But being, like, passionate and being curious and wanting to learn from an emotional place is not a bad thing. Okay? What are the short-term repercussions if you do not let yourself unbottle this? Okay, judgment. You may judge people too harshly. You may judge yourself too harshly. And the people, so like, whoever this authority figure, whoever this Emperor figure is at work, most likely, especially with this being paired with the Eight of Coins, whoever this authority figure is, there's someone else involved, okay, who is involved in this situation somehow. Maybe in charge of this person, or laterally on this person's same level, who will see the change in the way that you're working, and they don't necessarily like it. They don't necessarily dislike it, but they're like, okay, where's that coming from? I feel like potentially this person feels as though this Emperor figure is kind of abusing their power to a degree, and maybe making decisions like, okay, sure, like, that could be helpful, but, like, was it really necessary? You know? Like, yeah, sure, but is what you said to this, is what they said to you really necessary? Yes, you should think about your emotions affecting your work. Yes, you should think about all of that, but but having emotions to begin with is not a bad thing, okay? And sometimes it's not a bad thing for your emotions to have impacted decisions that you made. Emotional decision making is not always invalid, and I get so mad whenever people tell me that it is, okay? It's not, it sometimes is. It sometimes is invalid, okay? But there are times where it's not. Is there anything else we need to... this was the short-term repercussions, yeah. So there's some kind of judgment going to, on this situation. It was going to, either on them, or on you, or on the situation as a whole. What are the long-term repercussions if you don't fix this bottling up of your emotions here? If you don't fix it, what are the long-term repercussions? Knight of Swords here. I'm going to scoot this over. Okay, we have the Knight of Swords. I get confused about the Knight of Swords in this deck. Okay, we have the snake like a viper tattooed on his shoulder here, and he's holding his sword in a ready position, ready to strike. It's possible that you get so up in arms about your logic brain and about the fact that you're separating your emotions from your decision making and not having emotions at all, that you forget that that's not true and that's not possible. It is impossible to completely separate them, right? And you just become this viper-like figure that really just lashes out at everyone who questions you. You're like, no, I'm being logic-based. I'm thinking about this clearly. But let's just double check in here really quickly. Yeah, you're very recklessness, making impulsive errors potentially. Very, very much the person to start arguing with people, because at some point in time you bottle your emotions up so much that you forget that you have them, or you don't think that you're acting out of emotion, and you end up just kind of lashing out at everyone. Okay, I've been there. You can't bottle your emotions up forever. It does not work, bucko. Speak from experience here. Okay, and let's just ask real quick too, how should they go about... Okay, can you not? This deck loves to do that to me lately. I just don't want every single card. Okay, let's ask here. How can this person go about reconnecting with their emotions? Okay, so how can you go about reconnecting with your emotions? We have here the Knight of Coins. Okay, so we've got a lot. We've got 3 of the 4 knights showing up in this reading already. And a knave as well. So this to me says that you need to really work on some grounding. I feel like potentially the part of the reason that you bottled up your emotions to begin with is because you kept getting really lost in them, and you really have to get, to work on grounding here, so that when you feel your emotions, and when you are feeling your emotions, when you're letting yourself feel them, you don't get swept away by them. I'm glad that they I'm glad that they always seem to be accurate for you. Very, very glad. Yeah, so yeah, you're afraid of your emotions because you're afraid of getting lost in them, probably. And you need to really, with this Knight of Coins energy, you need to focus on grounding and doing a lot of work with your lower energy centers. And grounding and clearing that energy and making sure... I like to... The way that I like to, like, do a quick ground best is kind of picturing, like, roots going from my feet into the ground. And this even works in buildings, because buildings are connected to the earth. Anything that you're on is connected to the earth. So you just picture those roots, like, climbing down the walls and climbing into the earth. And you can just very politely ask the earth, hey, will you help hold me steady? You are much wiser and much more ancient than I. And I just, if you would be so kind, I would appreciate it. And in return, of course, don't litter, try to, like, do good things for the earth in return for all of the work that she does for you. But really focus on some grounding. You got a lot of grounding needing to go on here. And that will help you, feel rooted, so that you're more like seaweed getting pushed and pulled by the currents, but with the roots really grounded in there. So you're still getting pushed and pulled. You're still feeling your emotions, but you're not getting swept away from them like tumbleweed in the wind, right? You want to be like I think that's how seaweed works. You want to be like seaweed or something like that, instead of being like a tumbleweed, right? Because you're not going to get swept away by your emotions if you have really good grounding going on. So just really focus on that grounding aspect here. And you'll be okay. So let's get a Crystal Wisdom Oracle. So this, I'm also in a second going to get a Work Your Light Oracle. But this is either, so if you have funds to purchase another crystal, because they can be expensive, especially when you should be making sure that you're purchasing ones that have been ethically, harvested. But if not, this card itself also the person who created this deck really made sure to attune each card to crystal energy. So you can always just use this card as well and return to this reading. But if you have the funds or you have this crystal already, this is a great crystal. So basically what I'm going to be asking here is 1 to 3 crystals that you could be working with to really enhance this grounding energy and really help you in that path. So, can I have 1 to 3 crystals that this person could use some help from? Herkimer Diamond. Good luck finding that one. Herkimer Diamond. That one, if I'm remembering correctly, is really good for purifying and releasing negative energy. Raising your vibration. I'll double check the book for these though as well. Can I have up to 2 more? I know I want 1 more for sure. I feel you in there. Malachite. Malachite. Now remember, if you do have malachite or if you are planning on purchasing malachite soon, keep it away from water. Most ites you need to keep away from water. Some are okay, but for the most part. Which deck is this? This is the Crystal Wisdom Healing Oracle by Judy Hall. This is the book for it. The deck is only like 20 to 30 bucks. 20 to 30 bucks. Oh, nice. So you can also get the deck if you wanted to use this deck as well. I do love this deck. I use it all the time. Okay, and Moldavite. Okay, so we have Herkimer Diamond, number 46, Malachite, number 5, and Moldavite, number 34. So I'm just going to go in order of the numbers here and read out the highlights. Malachite, the subconscious mind. That makes sense. Ingrained programming and toxic beliefs. Emotional transformation. Go willingly into the depths. Yeah, explore your depths. Have no fear, you will survive. Protect yourself against unseen forces or powerful minds that might manipulate you. That makes sense with the Emperor coming up here. Might be trying to be manipulative and manipulate you against allowing yourself to feel things. Learn psychic protection. Do not become embroiled with a charismatic man. That's this Emperor character here. Yeah, okay, I wasn't entirely sure that I was reading that accurately, but with that coming up with Malachite too, whoever this Emperor person is representing is very important and has a lot of potential to be causing you some major issues in your life, and you need to be super wary of them. They are, don't trust. Don't trust them. Don't trust them. They are forgetting their bias in the advice they're giving you. Yeah, so the Malachite here is saying, the Malachite will help you with letting yourself feel your emotions. It's like that seaweed thing, letting yourself feel your emotions without being lost in them. And it will help bring up your emotions back to the surface. Because you buried them. You did bury them. Moldavite, metamorphosis. You are a child of the stars and find the environment of Earth heavy and inert. Oh, did you say exactly what I'm working on in therapy? Mood. Okay, so that's perhaps why you haven't done a whole ton of grounding. If you find that the Earth tends to be like, if it feels like dead to you, so to speak. I know I've like talked to like some people about that. Not like dead, but like if it feels kind of dormant, I guess would be a better word for it. Go deeper in the earth when you're pushing your roots down. Go deeper and get back to me. Raises your vibrations with inflooding cosmic light so that you feel more at home. Release ingrained beliefs to make way for spiritual metamorphosis. Detach yourself from mundane issues. Don't let the day-to-day get to you. If you feel yourself getting frustrated by the day-to-day, by the everyday, by the routine, by things that happen to you all the time, thank them. Understand that, like, hey, it's okay to be frustrated, but don't let it hold, like, a ridiculous amount of space in your life, you know? Stop giving those thoughts a whole ton of energy. And I've talked about that before. Avoid sowing seeds of destruction. Ha ha. That reminds me of the Knight of Swords. You are far more than a physical body. Harmony at all levels creates your well-being. I've never actually worked with Moldavite, and I don't get Moldavite a whole ton in readings, so I think that's very interesting, the things that it has to say. It looks like a piece of dried spinach to me, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, those ingrained beliefs are very important right now. Okay, so then last but not least, we have Herkimer Diamond. Instant energy! Powerful energy generators that access and release past life information. Herkimer diamonds make excellent shields against geopathic stress and EMFs. This crystal works beyond the physical levels of being to bring harmony to the energy, bodies, and the soul. So that's kind of tapping into what Moldavite was talking about a little bit with some of your issues being that your body and your soul aren't quite on the same level. Keep careful note of your dreams as they reveal the underlying causes of your dis-ease. You may also be psychically sensitive and need to clear a blocked third eye, which that would also explain why you didn't immediately notice that this Emperor character wasn't to be trusted. Or if you did, it would explain why you didn't necessarily listen to that and you still either consciously or subconsciously bottled up your emotions. That's a mood. High vibration, high impact energy can dramatically change your world. So, I mean, I think if I am appropriately remembering what you said, Moth, you said that you knew where to get a hold of that. So especially if this is particularly sounding good to you, this might be something that you should invest in relatively soon. Herkimer Diamond might be a good idea to get yourself some. Okay, so we have those, and I think the last oracle card that we'll get here is gonna be a beautiful little Work Your Light oracle, and this is and I need to do an Yggdrasil as well, because that deck is noisy. Okay, so Rebecca Campbell, gonna grab here Work Your Light. What does this person, how can this person, okay, get grounded. Hello, you are late. Oh, welcome. This is, so the question today, is what are you bottling up? And we've got this deck here, and then we've got the Wild Unknown and the Tarot of the Cloisters. So what was I talking? So, the Work Your Light through me. Get grounded. Empaths, highly sensitives, connect with nature. What was I just talking about with the Knight of Coins? Someone needs some grounding. Someone needs some grounding. Someone needs to spend some time in nature if they can, and really connect with the energy of the earth. The earth herself, she's so beautiful. And really just let yourself be. Also, the artwork in this deck is just stunning. Look at that. I don't know if it's focused. I can't tell. I hope you can see it. But it's beautiful. It's so beautiful. I feel like every time Moth shows up, they get just roasted gently, like a little peanut, roasted gently like a peanut. Okay, I feel like I'm missing something. We'll go with a greater hand, because I don't know, but I feel like I'm, the Yggdrasil. Hi. I have ADHD. I am rather forgetful. Okay, first of all, I don't know if y'all have seen this deck yet, but I love it so much. It is intense. That's for sure. Okay, this is the Yggdrasil deck by Hauksdottir and his daughter Hauksdottir. They're Icelandic. What are you trying to tell this group of people? Yeah? What are you... Right here? Okay. Okay, so this pulled up Nalgfar, the Ship of Conflict. So give me like... it's so beautiful. So this is the card. It has a bunch of figures from Norse mythology in it. This is the back of the cards. Oh, it's so stunning. I love it. And it has just so much information in it. It's a great study tool. It makes me so happy. Okay, so I need to... So that is Muspelheimer. Okay, so the only thing I don't like about this deck, is it is, like, it's kind of hard to navigate the book for it. You have to, like, go to one page to cross-reference what, land they're from. That's not the right word, but you know what I mean. And then you have to go to the index to find where that starts, and then from there flip through that, and yeah, oh, she's lovely. She's stern is the word that I would use. She's stern. Like, if she has something to say, she will not let you ignore it. She is very stern, but she is she's so good. I'm gonna set you over there. Yeah, she's so beautiful. Okay, Nalfgaard, the Ship of Conflict. Nalfgaard is the biggest of all ships made, and it's made entirely out of toenails and fingernails of the dead. With the giant Hrimir at the helm and Loki as the advisor, Nalfgaard is the vessel that takes the sons of Muspel across the sea from Muspelheimr into the final battle of Ragnarok. The presence of Nalfgaard in the spread indicates a course taken towards conflict by the Seeker, and that the Seeker is well prepared for that conflict. Whether the Seeker is on the right or wrong side of the conflict is another matter. The responsibility to question the motives for the conflict lies with the Seeker. The cards around and the placement of Nalfgaard might give some indication as to the Seeker's ability to navigate the conflict, to head into it or back out and take the ship back to shore. So this tells me that this whole thing is going to lead you into a lot of conflict, either with yourself or with this Emperor figure or with someone else, with Judgment showing up here in the short-term future. And it's up to you to kind of, like, question and figure it out. Let's go ahead and get... Let's get another couple cards. I am still learning how to use this deck and how to navigate this deck, so if I make some mistakes, I'm sorry. But also, like, this is learning. This is what learning is. Okay. Where are they coming from? Grimnir, Balance of Contraries. Okay, and let's navigate this book again. So Grimnir, I'll show you. I hope that's in focus enough for you. Grimnir. Okay, let's go here. It's the 2. Okay, Niflheim. 85. I need to take some time and really, like, appropriately index this. Okay, Niflheim. And I'm looking for Grimnir. Balance of Contraries. Grimnir, so I asked where you're heading from. Like, where you were coming from. Grimnir is said to wield the powers of ice and fire, the power of opposites, and the power of the two opposite elements. Nice. He is only mentioned in folklore, where he is said to be able to make flame from ice and freeze fire, but subject to the allowance of Fornjotr, king of Niflheim. In folklore, he is said to be the son of Fornjotr and Snidis, the snow nymph. This card, I'm also terribly sorry if I'm pronouncing any of this wrong. I'm sure that I'm butchering it. The snow nymph. This card represents a balance between opposites. Interesting. Grimnir has the talent to either combine opposite forces and reconcile them, or to keep them apart. The card can represent a solution or a compromise for the seeker. If Grimnir comes up in the spread with Fornjotr, he is doubly reinforced, suggesting great diplomatic powers in the seeker. Nifil and Hraesvelgr influence Grimnir in the spread. Nifil will represent a hindrance to the balance, but Hraesvelgr suggests the need for reflection and consideration for the seeker. The name means the masked one, and is in some texts the name is thought, and good God, I have dyslexia, and in some texts the name is thought of as one of Odin's many forms. Interesting. Okay. So it's possible that where you're heading from is you were attempting to appropriately balance emotion and logic, and you like really weren't. This emperor figure influenced you to favor logic over emotion. It's like you were on the right track, and then you were like, I'm on the wrong track. You were convinced that you were on the wrong track. But you were doing the right thing, and you just had to go back to doing that. I love the energy. I just want to eat it. Don't worry, I won't. Don't yell at me. Okay, and where are you going toward? Where are you going toward? Hi. Njord. Okay. Njord is one of the gods of the sea. Which is very interesting given that you are currently on Nalfgar, the ship of conflict. So that tells me that you are headed directly into the ocean. You're going, you know what? I am going to do this. I'm going to do this. And you're like, I'm going to go. I'm going to go for it. But let's just, okay, so that I believe is Alfheim. Or Asgard, excuse me. I just need to double check. Yes, that's Asgard. Which is on page 19. Okay, Njord. Buddy, I have some candles for you. I'm not going to light them right now because I don't want to get up. But, okay. Njord is a Vanir god from the realm of Alfheim. He lives in Asgard because of the great war between the Vanir and the Aesir. Njord commands the elements of fire and wind and has command of the sea for seafarers, so it's good to call upon him for seafaring and travel in general. Not least, he is a god of materialistic well-being, Knight of Pentacles. If the seeker has questions related to economy or income, Njord is definitely a good card to have in the spread, along with cards from the world of dwarfs. Njord is father to the siblings Freya, goddess of love, that's a simplification, and Freyr, fertility god of the Vanir, also a simplification. I know that those are just simplifications, and I know that like the people who wrote this deck are like very into Norse mythology, and those are just the simplifications that they come up with, but I'm like, those are like really big simplifications of what those gods do. He was husband to Skadi, a giantess goddess of hunting from Jotunheim. She chose him for a husband, but it might not have been a successful union, as Njord stays close to the coast and she is drawn to the mountains. The union comes to an end. He ended up marrying, I don't remember who he ended up marrying, but he ended up marrying someone who was better for him. Skadi ended up marrying Ul. If Freyr or Freya accompanies Njord in the spread, his influence is affirmed. Both strengthen his monetary attribute, and his son Freyr indicates a successful voyage the seeker might take on. If Skadi accompanies him, however, the seeker is advised to pay attention to his motives and feelings toward money and look out for greed, as it might cause turmoil. So that's where you're headed towards. Something related to work. But to me, that mostly says, given that this is from this is where you're at today, or where you're at right now, is this ship, that just says to me that, like, you're headed straight on this path of balancing this conflict and trying to figure out how to handle it. And you're headed right for it. I don't think that's a bad thing. You're handling this conflict head on, and I think that's pretty good. I believe that's everything that this has to say. So let's just a quick recap. You're bottling up your emotions here, and you're doing it because you think that you can't be logical if you're focusing on your emotions. Affected by work, this emperor figure probably said something to you about decision making. Short-term consequences, judgment, that felt like a person who kind of sees this whole situation and has some opinions about it. Long-term consequences were the Knight of Swords, getting yourself into trouble, being very combative, charging in without thinking, and then how to fix this grounding. You need to get grounded. Crystals that you could potentially get if you have the ability to, that would help you with this process of reconnecting with your emotions and unbottling all of this. Herkimer Diamond, Malachite, and Moldavite. More advice from the Oracle of the Light is get grounded, which, you know. And then the Yggdrasil deck has to say about your situation, the Ship of Conflict, Nalfgar. Stay your course, you have decisions to make yourself. You came from Grimnir, Balance of Contraries. And then you are going toward Njord, Economy and Revenue. So I will end this section here. Did I really spend an hour just on that one? I spent 45 minutes on it. Damn. All right. Okay, let's pick this up here. And we will go for the Wild Unknown next. Oh, that was intense. I do want to put you all the way away. Come here. Look at a little boy. Look at a little boy. It's a little boy. He says he loves you. Stop falling all over me. I know I'm cute, but... Okay, I need to put my leg's falling asleep. Oh, stretch. Oh, big stretch. If you've been sitting for a while, don't forget to stretch out. Stretch out. Get a drink of water. Make sure you've eaten something today. Stretch out. Stretch on out. Okay. 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 Alrighty, so we are gonna move this back over here. And we have here the Wild Unknown and the Tarot of the Cloisters. I know we had a couple people join a little bit late, so I'm just gonna leave these out for about 30 seconds to see if that person, those couple of people want to just double check here. Hey Kate, do you take constructive criticism? Yeah, that's a mood. And I am going to do a quick bell cleansing, so if you don't like the sounds of bells, you might plug your ears or mute or something. Ready? Alright. So you're good to go if you had to mute. Alright. Got got these two. I'm going to go with the Wild Unknown next. Set the Tarot of the Cloisters aside. There. I have opinions about that deck anymore. Alrighty. Someone else's turn to be gently roasted now. I sure hope so. Watch this one end up roasting you as well. Alright, so our question here is, what are you bottling up? So can I have 3 cards? Generally, what is this person bottling up? We'll dive more into what and why. Okay, you gave me 2 cards right off the back. Ooh. 2 major arcana. Oh, that's important too. I don't want 4 cards. Okay, I will take that into consideration. It feels important. I'll pull it back out. But for right now, that's going back in the deck. Okay. So what are you bottling up here? I'm just going to refer to the book real quick. Where did I put it? Book. Oh, book. Number 14, Temperance. No, I skipped it. Okay. Let me just double check the Mother of Pentacles here, but I have an idea. Okay. I feel like this... Okay. 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 Both of these in this deck talk about healing. And this Mother of Pentacles, it feels like potentially it is you, or potentially it is your mother or a mother-like figure. But both of these, both Temperance and the Sun in this deck talk about healing. The Sun talks about the healing light, warming up your aching joints and bones, especially if you're like me and everything hurts all the time. And Temperance talks about healing insight and balance, and really letting yourself heal. So it's possible that you're sitting here thinking that, you know, maybe you don't deserve healing. Maybe you don't deserve to spend time being internal. Maybe you are this mother-like figure who is always taking care of other people, and you refuse to let anyone take care of you and help you heal. You know, maybe you are dealing with some physical disability at the moment, or maybe you have been for a while, and you refuse to let anyone help you at all. Or maybe, you know, your body's just in general hurting more than usual, and you're refusing to let anyone, whatever this is, you either feel like you don't deserve help, you feel like you don't deserve healing, you feel like you don't deserve someone to help you. And this very much feels like someone telling you, hey buddy, like, you deserve healing, you deserve help, you deserve, it's not weak to need help. So let's ask here, why are you bottling this up? Why do you feel like you don't deserve healing? Why do you feel like you not deserve this? Why are you bottling this up? Why are you not letting yourself really focus on... Okay. We have the 5 of Swords here. Self-destruction. Yeah, you feel like letting yourself be helped and letting yourself have help is weak. And like it will lead to your ultimate destruction. And you're allowing yourself to kind of self-destruct because of it. Stop. It is not weak to need help. It is not weak to ask someone to run to the grocery store for you. It is not weak to, order takeout or, delivery or whatever. It's not weak to need things like that. So let's see. Where is that coming from? Where is that self-destructive tendency of not wanting to give yourself time to heal, not wanting to let yourself heal coming from? I'm asking for one card, please. Ooh, 3 of Cups. Maybe you're surrounded by people who are the same way. Who it feels potentially like you're surrounded by this group of people who are all very much like, oh, let me know if you need anything, but then like no one ever actually asks for help. There was like, oh, let me know if you need help. Like, I'm happy to help you. Like, if no shame in that. And then like, there's no like follow up. Like, you never take advantage of help. They never take advantage of help. Like, it's not just you, help is just not being taken advantage of in your entire like little close circle of friends here. No one's letting themselves be helped. What are the short-term consequences of this? The short-term consequences of not allowing yourself healing, not allowing yourself to be healed. Short-term consequences, please. Father of Wands. Okay, this says here, there's a sentence in here. Usually you'll find him involved in the healing arts as he's deeply compassionate and in tune with life and nature. Someone is going to approach you. Someone is going to approach you who is involved in healing, and man, this might be really short term because this might be me. But someone is going to approach you who's involved with healing and is going to be like, hey, like, can I do a session for you? Like, maybe they do Reiki, maybe they do energy work in general, maybe they do like healing work in general, maybe like whatever their healing work that they do is, they're going to see you and they're going to see right through you, and they're gonna be like, can I please help? Let me help you heal. That feels very much like someone approaching you and being very honest and just like looking right in your eyes and saying, let me help. Okay, so long-term consequences if you don't release this and let this not... Okay. Mother of Swords. Calculating, cold, callous. That's what she feels like at the moment. Not always, but in this particular moment. Sharp, perceptive. Yeah. Yeah, dealing with some kind of self-criticism and not allowing yourself to heal, it will make you extra critical of others, and kind of will make you extra snappy with other people and extra rude and cold and callous, and really just like, oh, you're doing that? I would have done it a different way. It's my way or the highway. Okay. You have fun being destructive. Have fun with that. And that's like kind of the mindset that you're going to take on when really you just haven't dealt with your own stuff. Yes. 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 It's typically quite sharp. Like you very much, if you don't deal with this on your own, or by, reaching out and asking your group for help, you have a chance coming up very soon. Someone is going to literally look you in the eyes and say, let me help you. And if you don't take that opportunity, you're going to end up in this swords energy of being cold and callous and calculating. Is there anything else we need to know about this? Not a dozen cards, please just give me one. Yeah, thrower. That works. Strength. You have the strength to do this. You have the strength to heal. You have the strength to handle this. And this is that orange sunlight coming up again. Maybe spending time at the beach or otherwise in the sun is very important. That's going to be a very strong aspect of your healing. Everywhere that like talks about the actual healing and the healing aspect, this Three of Cups, this Father of Wands, the strength, the sun, temperance, they all have this beautiful orange color in them. You need sunlight. You need sunshine. You're basically a complicated plant. Okay? You've got to spend some time in the sun. You need sunshine. You need it. Get outside. Get outside. You need it. Okay, and next we're going to pull from the Crystal Wisdom Oracle. Crystal Wisdom Healing Oracle by Judy Hall. These might be some crystals that will help you heal. We have purpurite. These might be some crystals that will help you heal, that if you have the capability to get your hands on will be helpful. Otherwise, this deck is infused with the energies in these cards, so this deck and these cards will be fine too. You are welcome to just use this. So we have purpurite, we have smoky quartz celestial, and we have caroite. That caroite is noisy. Noisy. So number 44, I'm gonna go in order. So we got 28 smoky quartz celestial, and then 44, and then 50. So 28. Oh wait, what? 28. 28. A stone for karmic healing. Uh-huh. You have a powerful survival instinct and ability to go where others dare not. Darkness is not evil. Facing your deepest fears turns these into golden gifts. Take responsibility for your life. Don't let others take control. Be patient. Much stirs beneath a calm surface. Talking a lot about death. That's like the third or fourth sentence that talks about death and how you view death being important. Your shadow becomes your brightest gift. Toxic emotions turn to positive regard. Mentors are available. Father of Wands. Release yourself from old enchantments. No part of you. Listen to me. Listen to this. Listen here. No part of you is evil or bad. Say it with me. No part of you is evil or bad. Thank you. That was important. Embracing your shadow leads you to healing hidden in the darkest reaches of yourself. So this is definitely calling you to shadow work as well. Maybe you've been focusing too much on the light, and not allowing your shadow self to be healed. So there's something going on there. Okay, next we have 44. Ha! I flipped past it. Oops, please. 44. The Curse Clearer. Interesting. Extremely effective for psychic and aura protection. Purpurite grounds high-frequency energy, harmonizing the physical body to new vibration. Helps you break away from self-destructive or self-limiting behavior. By not letting yourself heal, you're not letting yourself reach your fullest potential. Energizing the physical and mental bodies, it overcomes tiredness, apathy, and despondency. Old habits and patterns, including those you inherited from ancestors, may keep you mired in the past. Subtle energetics of ancient curses or ill-wishing could be affecting you. These may be personal or passed down through the family line. You may be open to mental influence from others. So with what this says, it feels like perhaps you've got like a family curse going on maybe that you need to like get taken care of. That's not my forte. So I would like talk to someone whose forte it is. But, you got a curse, perhaps, that you gotta take care of. So, that felt important. And 50, Carrawhite, wound healing. Carrawhite provides deep physical and emotional healing. Transmuting negative energy, it converts disease to wellness. With its assistance, you recognize that your greatest trauma is also your most profound gift. I kind of think that's garbage. Garbage train of thought, but okay. Garbage. Ew, trauma's a gift. Ugh. Vomit, but okay. Accept it with grace. Carrawhite re-energizes, heals, and integrates dualities, healing past life disease carried into the present life. Yeah, you got a lot of past life and ancestral shit going on. That's what all three of these talked about. Past life shit coming out, causing this problem. Deep fears and schisms pervade your being. You may not feel that you belong on Earth. Subtly driven by other people's thoughts and programs rather than your own. Time to take control! Visions of past lives suggest ways to redress karma personally and collectively. In accepting the present moment is perfect, you create the space to heal. So it's possible that, like, potentially, it's possible that this healing situation that's going on, where you're bottling up the ability to heal, is something that, like, happened in the past life, or, like, ancestrally. Like, one of your ancestors, like, just was like, I'm not gonna deal with this, and, like, now you were having to deal with it because of that. So, like, you really gotta focus on releasing that trauma, and kind of saying, hey, like, I understand that this is something you went through. My life is different. I'm going to be different. I can be better. So maybe doing some, like, past life trauma readings and stuff like that would be useful. Yeah. And we're gonna pull a Oracle of the Light. What else do they need to know about this? Okay. Don't dim to fit in. How are you dimming your light in order to fit in? You are not letting yourself be yourself in the public eye, whether because you don't feel safe doing that, in which case, like, fair and valid. Maybe you're safer than you think you are. Maybe you're not. Just kind of double check that. You're dimming yourself to fit in. You're dimming your light. You're not letting yourself be this beautiful, wonderful creature of light that you can be. So kind of be aware of that. Don't dim to fit in. Don't do that. Don't do that. And, I'm gonna stretch my leg out again. What? Hi? Are you awake all of a sudden, Mr. Man? You get a good view of my foot. I hope you like feet. Please don't. No. No creeps. No creeps here, please. I just need to stretch. Hi. He's awake now. Oh, he gives you a yawn. A good boy. A good handsome man. Okay. Let's see here what this deck has to say about this one. This is the Yggdrasil deck by Haukur Halldorsson with his daughter Hauksdottir. He is so perfect. He's so chunky and amazing, and I love him. His name is Albert. Okay, cool. So we have 4 cards that it threw at me. You're noisy. 5 cards that it threw at me. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, excuse me. Okay. So we have Gersemi and Norse, Treasure, Beauty, and Design. We have Widar, Berserker the Warrior. Sinmara, Nightmare. Maybe you've been having nightmares lately. Frigg, Foresight, Wisdom, Intuition. I work a lot with her. I love her so much. And Goy, Transformation. So I'll show you each of these cards here. Yeah, this deck doesn't typically, like, throw me more cards than I need. If it throws me, like, unless it's, like, I've never had it throw me, like, 12 cards. It's like, no, you need this many cards. This is what you need. And I'm like, okay. I respect you. What? What are you doing, little man? What are you looking for? What do you see? Huh? He's, like, staring in the corner. Are you... What are you doing? Sir? What's the matter, little man? Oh, I need to give you some cards. He wants to mirror. I need to give him some cards real quick. Hold on. I don't want him to interrupt this. There you go. You can mirror appropriately. Okay. Where did the deck for this go? God, this deck is so... I don't know if y'all can feel it, but, like, every time I pull this deck out, I can just, like, feel it grabbing me and going, hey, listen to me. And I'm like, hi, how's it going? Okay, so we have two from not Alfheim, Asgard. We have two from Muspelheim, and then one from Niflheim. So let's go ahead and start with Asgard. So, Frigg. Goddess associated with foresight and wisdom, one of the major goddesses of Asgard, second to none, but perhaps the goddess of love, Freya. I have opinions about that. I have opinions about that sentence, and so does she, but that's okay. Yes, he is allowed to do anything that he wants. Frigg is the wife of Odin and mother to Balder the White. She dwells in the wetlands in the halls of Fensalir, a mystical place associated with springs and a source of water and life. Her animal is the falcon. She is an indicator of intuition and emotion. She is described to have wept for her son Balder in Fensalir in Volupspa, and she and Balder foresaw the downfall of Valhalla and Ragnarok, which were instigated by her son's death, which she also foresaw and went to great lengths to try to prevent. She is famed for her ability to see through time, her healing powers, and her great wisdom. She is associated with the goddesses Fulla and Na, who are her ladies of waiting and swords, as well as Lufin and Hlin. If the cards of Frigg shows up in the spread, it is a sign of great intuition and foresight for the seeker. The seeker is advised to take note of and obey their intuition and trust in their inner wisdom. The card indicates strongly that the seeker knows the outcome of their quest and knows what needs to be done to fulfill their wishes. If Fulla, Lufin, Hlin, or Na come up in the spread along with Frigg, it is reinforcement of the cards, telling the seeker to learn how to take note of their instinct and to trust their own intuition above everything else. I'll let you on in a minute, Albert. So it's entirely possible, too, that Frigg, she is very much a goddess of healing, and of motherhood. So it is entirely possible that this is showing up to say, like, maybe that she wants to, like, work with you on this. Maybe she has something to say about this. So just kind of keep that in mind, perhaps? Okay, Gersemi and Hnoss. Gersemi and Hnoss are the two daughters of Freya and her beloved husband Odr. Their names mean treasure and price. The sisters are strongly connected to creative design and beautiful surroundings, and as their names reflect, they represent a longing to achieve beauty. They were famed for making jewelry and garments of innovative quality and beauty. They also stand for a monetary fortune like their grandfather Njord, and if he is present in the spread alongside them, positive monetary outcome is reinforced, along with unexpected luck or gain. The sisters signify an unforeseen wind in the seeker's sail that will help or push them along on their quest. If they show up in the spread along with their mother Freya, they indicate success in the matters of heart, love, and unforeseen discovery. If Oscar or Embla show up, it signifies popularity. That might be saying you've got all of the material possessions you need in order to handle this healing and handle this situation. That you have everything you need in order to deal with this. Oh, excuse me, it wasn't Niflheim, it was Svartheim. The world of the Dark Elves. So we are looking for Goi. Transformation. Goi is a frost giantess representing the month of Goa, the precursor of winter, and according to the old calendar. She stands for the transformative period before the long endurance test of winter. She can indicate the need to take a moment to brace for the full weight of winter, which is why you need to heal and get in the sunshine. Need to absorb that vitamin D while you can. But her transformative power should not be underestimated. Although she can turn living plants into frost flowers, she can also take the patterns created by the ice and turn them into actual flowers. Frost flowers are transient. They can melt away their beauty and vanish with a single touch, and they only develop when temperatures first drop below freezing, but the ground is still warm enough to keep the root systems of plants alive. Her element is between water and ice. On the card, her body is seen basking in water surrounded by flowers. Her presence in the spread serves to remind the seeker of the importance of taking a rest from work and toil and bracing for perhaps harder times ahead as to improve endurance. I'll let you out in a bit, buddy. She is a reminder of fragility, but also that fragility can represent strength, as Goi can also be called upon for any transformation in art, work, living situations, or relationships. She resides in cold waters. Goi has the ability to stop the flow of a waterfall and bring water to a standstill. In Scandinavian folklore, she is associated with waterfalls and is connected to Fosgrim, who has the ability to give extraordinary talent for transformation and the gift of musical abilities. Yeah, take space to heal. Give yourself time. Okay, on to Muspelheim. Simara, Nightmare. Simara is Sutra's wife. She is the personification of nightmare. Mara is the feeling of a heavy burden on the sleeper during a specific kind of nightmare. One where the sleeper is in the twilight of sleep and consciousness but has not regained control of their body and has a feeling of paralysis and a fear in the heart. Sleep paralysis. This nightmare is Sinmara calling on the seeker. Sinmara has access to humans. I'll let you out in a minute. In a minute, buddy. I have to finish this. Be patient. Sinmara has access to humans through the twilight of sleep and wakefulness, particularly nightmares, any nightmares. Her name means a weight on the spirit and mind. Mara being the weight and Sin the mind or the spirit. Weight. Her presence in the spread signifies a worry that might have a paralyzing effect, leading to anxiety, or if the seeker isn't careful to address the problem and counter it. Murkir greatly weakens the influence of Sinmara in the spread as his presence lifts the nightmare. So, yeah. Healing, you got a lot of healing to do. Whatever it is you're afraid of that is causing your nightmares, that is causing your fear, you've really got to spend some time healing it. And last, we have Udar. The Berserks are the warriors of Odin who fight the sons of Muspel in the final battle of Ragnarok. Odin's men were fearless and wild warriors, drawing inspiration from the wilderness, from wolves in particular, and they were strong like bears. The name Berserk implies wearing the claws of the bear. One of the Berserks was Vidar, Thor's brother and one of Odin's sons, seen on the card with his bear totem on the back. Vidar is one to call upon for audacity in the face of adversity, and the bear brings strength, confidence, and fierce courage. The presence of a Berserk in Muspel's world indicates the need for plunging head-on with fearsome energy into the face of an opponent or obstacle in the seeker's path. It might not be a time for cunning and calculating, but a time to face obstacles intuitively and fearlessly. Keep in mind that the Berserk warrior was famed for going into a frenzied state of mind in battle and is held to be invulnerable. The Berserker's actions are recklessly defiant. This reinforces to me the idea that you already have everything you need at your disposal, and with Frigg being all about intuition, you just need to trust your intuition and what you need to do in order to heal. Okay? You know what you need to do, you just need to take the time to do it. And you need to sit down and you need to go, okay, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it right now. I'm going to sit down and I'm going to go heal. I'm going to go sit down and I'm going to break this curse that I probably have on me. I'm going to get rid of any negative energy that people have been throwing at me, and I'm going to take care of this. You need to do that, like, soon. You know what to do. You have what you need at your disposal right now, and you need to just do it. That is where we're going to end this one, and we'll move on to the last one. What time is it? Man, I've been spending like a good minute on these, haven't I? Okay, we're going to put this away here. And then we'll move on to the last one. Before I move on to the last one, I'm going to let Mr. Albert out because he's been kind of noisy and he doesn't want to be in here anymore. And I don't want to force him to be in here, but I also did not want to interrupt this reading. Okay. I'm going to ring a bell, so if you don't like the noise, do the mute or plug your ears. You should be good. I'm going to go let Albert out. I'm going to set... Oh, if I can stretch. I'm going to set that down so you can poke at it and figure out if you hadn't seen it before. You can figure out for sure if that one's for you or not. And I will be right back. Oh, God. Can I grab my leg? Come here. Come here. Okay. Love sitting at an angle where you just, like, can't move your body on your own. You have to, like, grab it. It's like, oh, cool. My body's not going to function for me to grab it at the moment. Okay, you go away, and I'll let you out, Mr. Sir. Mr. Sir! Yeah. You go. Go on. Go on. Dude, you just wanted out. Do you want in, little man? Little woman? Little lady? We're trading cats. We have a little lady now. Get it. Oh, I know. I know. There. You go find your home. I'm going to light some new incense because mine finished burning out. I'm burning some delightful Egyptian musk. Ma, do you want to light it? I know, I love this smell too. Aw, she decided she didn't want to be on the bed. But I want to snuggle. Hey, that's not for you. That's human food, not cat food. I swear if that was the only reason you wanted to come in here, I'm going to be so mad. Okay. Ma'am, do you want to join me? Come here. Hi. Come join me, little lady. Okay. There. Look at the little lady. And we can jump into this last reading. Yeah? Do you want to settle in, ma'am? Relax, I promise you're okay. I'm gonna wait till she settles down. What's on your tail? Did you get into something you weren't supposed to? Sounds like something you would do. You want to lay down? You want to lay down before we do the last reading, little man? Come here. Yeah. She's so bad about deciding where she wants to be. Okay. Shall we jump in? Okay. So, what are you bottling up, huh? 10 of Vessels. What are you bottling up? 4 of Swords. What are you bottling up? What are you bottling up? Oh, I saw it. Oh, or that'll work too. And the Seven of Pentacles. Okay, Ten of Cups, ultimate happiness, ultimate joy, an allowance. Oh, she's gonna leave me. But I love you. But I love you. Ultimate happiness, ultimate joy. Nice. Ultimate happiness, ultimate joy. It's that idea of walking into the sunset and living happily ever after. I turned into an Irishman for a second. I'm so sorry. And then the Four of Swords here. So rest, relaxation, whether forced or not. Perhaps, yeah. You got some stuff going on. And then the Seven of Pentacles. That is about hard work, waiting for things to grow. So what are you bottling up? You are not taking advantage of the time that you have while you wait for your ultimate happiness to become fruitful. You are not taking advantage of that time to rest. You don't have to like actively work for anything right now. You're just kind of in this period of needing to wait. And you're not. You're being very impatient. So let's ask here why. Okay. Page of Staves. So this is the Page of Wands, the Page of Rods. So it's kind of like you're being a petulant little child about it. Like you just want your happiness, you want your joy, and you want it now. I want it now. You want it now. And you don't really want to wait. You have the inspiration, you have the desire, and you don't want to wait to see if what you've already worked on is going to be fruitful. You just want to move on to the next thing. And you need to stop. And you need to wait. Just a little bit. Okay? Stop and wait just a little bit. So where is that coming from? The more of a root cause of that, if I could. Oh, she joins again. Hi. Hi. Delicate woman. Root cause. Six of Staves. It comes from this desire, this feeling that you always need to be on the move. That you always, maybe you moved around a lot as a kid, always looking for something better. Or maybe you move around a lot now, always looking, always searching. And that's where it comes from. You are in a place right now where all you need to do is wait. You don't need to pick up, you don't need to pack up, you don't need to move, you don't need to do anything. You just need to wait. But you're so used to moving around and you're so used to having to move all of the time that you're not willing to sit and rest for a minute. You're not willing to go, okay, I have this time, I'm going to take advantage of it. You're just sitting here and you're like, okay, I gotta be ready for the next thing. I gotta be ready for the next thing. I gotta be ready for the next thing. So what here, we're gonna ask what the short-term consequences of this are. Oh, we have two cards. Does feel like they're both important. Four of Cups and Queen of Pentacles. Okay, so here's one thing I hate about this deck. Okay, one thing I hate about this deck. The faces are so creepy. I don't know how well you can see that. But, like, that's so creepy. So creepy. The faces in this deck are creepy. So short-term consequences, Four of Vessels and Queen of Pentacles. If you don't stop and rest and take stock and give yourself a minute, you're going to feel very apathetic about your current situation and about the situation that you end up in. You won't be able to properly cultivate this environment that you're going to be really happy, and you won't be able to properly make it the environment that you want. And you will just, you're going to be so apathetic. You're not going to have the energy to really make it your home, to really make it a place that you want to be. What are the long-term consequences? No, I don't. Okay, we're going to take that one. Knight of Vessels. Yeah, constantly looking for new things, constantly looking for better things, being on this journey of expansion, looking for a new romance. Albert, one second. Albert's screaming at the door. I'll be right back. He just got let out. I'm gonna... Boy, get in here. Shut up. My goodness. Oh my goodness. If you knock the tripod over, I'm gonna be actually upset with you. I love you, but I'm gonna be mad. Okay. Yeah, the Knight of Vessels. Rather than maturing into this Queen of Pentacles energy, you have cards over here. Hey, you have cards over here. You have cards over here. Nope. Nope. You have cards right there. Stay. I love you. I'm in the middle of doing... These are for you. Sir, I know you want to... I love you. Okay. So instead of maturing into this Queen of Pentacles energy, you'll kind of get stuck in this Knight energy. This energy where you're never satisfied and you're perpetually having to learn new things rather than letting yourself be satisfied and find joy in what you are doing. He loaf on the cards. He do. Okay, so next we're going to ask here, how can you, what do you need to do to fix this? Queen of Swords, you need to be rational. You really need to be intuitive and trust your intuition in what you need to do. And rather than just constantly doing, you need to kind of go with the flow, embody that air energy, and really just kind of like let yourself be. Oh shit, I just lost a card. Come here. Oh god, my back. Come here. Okay. And you need to just kind of like let it happen. It's okay. It's okay. But yeah, so really, if you can't be in this Queen of Pentacles energy yet, be in this Queen of Swords energy and focus on how to be like her. Find someone in your life who reminds you of the Queen of Swords, and ask them for advice. And try and be a little bit more like them. So now we're gonna pull from our Crystal Wisdom Healing Oracle. And I'm gonna ask for 3 crystals that could be useful for you. We have Peridot, number 14. Flint, number 2. Ignition comes to mind with Flint. Being ready to jump up and go at a moment's notice. Nothing you need to do now, but you need to be ready to jump on the opportunity when the opportunity comes. Moth, I know you're looking for a house right now. I feel like this is very tying into that. If you hadn't thought of that yourself. So we have Peridot, we have Flint, and we have Trigonic Quartz. The numbers for these are 14, 2, and 23. So we're going to do what we have been doing. We're going to start with the lowest number and go... Yes, a scratchy to chin, and go further on. So, Flint, portal power. Flint stabilizes energy and cuts through to the core of issues, clearing blockages and loosening ties. It opens portals to other worlds and hidden aspects of yourself. You are a person with profound inner depths. That reminds me of the Queen of Swords. Don't be afraid to explore this part of yourself. It's got a lot of treasure. There's a lot of wonderful things about you in there that are good. A natural traveler. You know how to negotiate the shamanic underworld to obtain healing insights, strengthen your boundaries, cut through confusion to the core of the matter. An unwelcome visitor from the past can be left behind, but recognize the lessons before you move on. Paying attention to energetic boundaries and core strength, cutting detrimental ties, and strengthening your connection to the planet maintains well-being. Okay, next is 14. Hi. You're a good boy. Peridot, emotional cleansing. Peridot frees the mind from unwelcome, envious thoughts and night terrors. It is transmutative and purifying. You are deeply emotional and may possessively cling to the past or beat yourself up over mistakes. Maybe that contributed to moving around a lot. By nature jealous, you have dark thoughts. Detoxify your emotions. Learn to forgive and let go. Follow your own life plan without judging yourself or being envious of others. It's okay that your life looks differently than you thought it would. You have the power to go through fiery transformation and emerge transformed. Use energy wisely. Recognize how outside influences operate in your life. Develop your own protection. Learn what's going to work best for you and do that. Learn to rely on your own inner guidance. Peridot indicates farewells and disappointment in love. Avoid jealousy. Be assertive without aggression. You have a powerful destiny and great integrity. Money is earned from your talents. Envy and jealousy harm you as well as hurting others. Last but certainly not least, we've got Trigonic Quartz, the Soul's Code. Trigonics hold the secrets of the universe and rapidly expand your awareness of multi-dimensions. Trigonics are cosmic coding for the soul. You are an eternal spirit on a human journey. As a result, you may feel that Earth is not your true home, but remember that you are here for a purpose. Expand your awareness, restructuring your physical and subtle bodies, beliefs, and realities. Birth your soul fully on Earth if you feel alienated. Meditation triggers your soul's full potential and purpose. In reintegrating fragments of your soul, you bring about wholeness. Recognize the multidimensional breadth of your own soul. Remain honest to achieve success. Reach beyond apparent reality and karma. Let go of conflicts. Renegotiate soul contracts. Heal soul traumas and the etheric blueprint. I have no idea what that means. Expel toxins from physical and subtle bodies to download higher frequency spiritual energies and to integrate the light body. Your soul provides everything you need for well-being. Yeah, so kind of figuring out what the root of the issue is, what your actual problem is important. Clearing that up, not letting yourself be jealous when you see other people being more successful than you. And really just integrating every part of yourself so that when the opportunity arises, you're ready for it. Hi. Do you clean? Yeah. I love you and your little toe beans. You're a good boy. Alright, let's get ourselves an Oracle of the Light card. What's this have to say to you here? Okay, that's a flipper. Flip right on the... Get grounded! Talked about this card earlier. Get grounded. That showed up earlier. Yeah, ground yourself. Hey, Cade. If you weren't sure if this was for you. Hey, hey, you need to get grounded. And last but certainly not least, the Yggdrasil divination cards from Hauksdottir. Oh, you gave me a bunch of cards. I don't need those. Maybe 2 more, if you could be so kind. I don't think I need 5 this time. Yggdrasil. Ooh. Run. Okay, I actually know kind of a lot. The only thing I don't know about is Yggdrasil. But Ol, so he is the god of the winter hunt, the god of the hunt. He is the god of games. He is the one who ended up marrying Scotty. I love that. He's the one who ended up marrying Scotty. He is all about ambition and competitiveness. So he loves to compete. He's really always in it for fun and for games and to really like see who is the best and who can be the best. So I think this is saying like, hey, that part of you is not necessarily bad, but keep in mind that it might not be helpful at the moment. Sometimes what you need to do in order to be the best is wait. We also have Ron, intuition, subconscious, and currents. She's the god of the deep sea, basically. She's known as a very vengeful and angry goddess. It says here, intuition, subconscious, and currents. Kind of, you know what they say about whirlpools, right? If you get stuck in a whirlpool, you cannot fight it. Fighting it would be disastrous. You're just going to drown. What you need to do when you're stuck in a whirlpool is stop and let your body be carried. Protect your head, of course, and your soft bits, but do not try to swim against it, okay? What the whirlpool will do is it will pull you all the way down, okay? And then you will be in the middle of it and you'll get shot right back up. I learned this from my grandfather. He was in the Navy. He knows his shit when it comes to the ocean, okay? When you are getting forced to go a certain direction in your life, don't spend too much of your energy fighting against that direction. It is going to be more useful for you to figure out how to make the best of the situation that you're being forced into. The more time that you spend fighting the situation that you're in, the more unhappy you're going to be versus spending your energy making the best of it and doing what you can to make the best of it and being as happy as you can in that situation, accepting your situation and saying, this is where I'm at. There's not a whole lot I can do to change that. We're just going to let ourselves find some joy here. And it's going to be a lot more forgiving and a lot easier to deal with that way. And we have Gjallarbrú, which I am going to pull out and read about because I don't know a whole lot about that. I believe that is Helheim. 189. Hell, the world of the dead. Gjallarbrú. Okay. Gjallarbrú is the crossing between the realm of the living and hell, the realm of the dead. If one stands before this bridge, one can only cross it dead. And once crossed over to hell, there is as good as no possibility for us mortals to cross over back to the realm of the living. The crossing is a final doing for the question at the hand of the seekers. If the bridge comes up in the spread, it is a stark gesture of warning indicating some final need from which there will be no turning back. It means there is a crossing at the seeker's feet, and the seeker must be alive and fully alert so as not to cross over. The bridge is completely silent when the dead cross, but amplifies noise when the living cross over. So for the living, there is a warning when crossing. The crossing means a lost hope or crushed dream, or an end to something that was kept alive. Gjallarbrú can indicate the possibility of a passing from which there is no turning back. So this is saying here, you're going to be faced with a decision very soon. And either way, there's going to be no turning back from that decision. And you're going to really need to make sure that you are taking into consideration every single factor when you make that decision. So that is going to be something very important here. And that's all we have for today on this. So just remember, take this time to rest. Perhaps these crystals will be useful for you. Flint, peridot, and trigonic quartz. And there you go. If you just joined, I'm sorry we're ending here, but you're welcome to go back to the beginning and rewatch, figure out which stack is for you, and then pick her. So, yeah. You all have a great day. Thank you so much for joining. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel here so you can get notifications whenever I go live. We also have an Etsy, MetaMalarkey, which you are welcome to pay us for readings that way. And we'll do specific questions that way. It's about $10 to $20 depending on how many cards you want, and how much time you want us to spend. But we are happy to do readings there. MetaMalarkey on Etsy, METAMALRKEY. And we are happy to do it there. Or you can find me on Ko-fi as well, Ragtag Rowan there as well. So I hope you all have an excellent day. Thank you so much for joining me. Bye.